If you are looking into buying your very first guitar, it can seem like an overwhelming experience. The goal of this video is to help simplify that process and to help you find a guitar that will work for your individual circumstance. Hey guys, my name's Isaac and welcome to Easy Fingerstyle. Before you start considering which brand or which type of guitar you want, you gotta ask yourself why you were buying a guitar in the first place. For example, maybe you just signed up for a guitar class and you need a guitar that will work for that. Or maybe you're just excited to jump straight in and start playing your favorite kind of music. What you need the guitar for will ultimately help you decide which guitar you need to buy. Unless your teacher has specifically told you otherwise, you're going to want an acoustic guitar for your guitar class. Acoustic just means that you can hear your guitar even if it's not plugged in. So for example, it'll always have a hollow body and a sound hole so that the sound will project. And again, unless your teacher has told you otherwise, you can get a nylon string classical like this, or you can get a steel string guitar like this. In my guitar classes, for example, either one of these will work just fine. And this won't be required in your guitar class, but it wouldn't hurt you to have an electric acoustic guitar, which is an acoustic guitar like this that has the capabilities of being plugged into an amplifier. If you're buying your first guitar so that you can immediately jump in and start playing your favorite kind of music, then you can consider getting an acoustic guitar like we talked about before, or an electric guitar like this. If you get an electric guitar, you are going to need an amplifier and a 1/4-inch cable that will connect your guitar to the amplifier. You can find many decent starting guitars from anywhere from $200 to about $400. If you find a guitar that's less than that, but you like it, you like how it sounds, you like how it feels, then that's okay, you can go ahead and buy it. It's just you're taking a little bit of a gamble that you may have to do some repairs in the near future. Here are some of the highest rated starter guitars in that $200 to $400 price range. If you're looking for a nylon string classical guitar, the Takamine GC1 is a good option. For steel string, you got the Yamaha FS800 or the Fender CC60S. If you're looking for an electric guitar, the Yamaha PAC is a good option for that price range. Now, if that $200 to $400 price range is a little bit too much for you right now, just keep in mind that something is better than nothing. If you have a guitar that someone handed down to you, then go ahead and just use that for now. If you found something that's a little bit cheaper and that's all you can do right now, then go ahead and get it. You can get started, and then eventually when you have the means, get something new. If you're an adult or around 5 feet or taller, you should feel comfortable on a full-size guitar. If you're buying the guitar for someone who's around 4 feet to 4.5 feet, they'd have an easier time on a 3/4 size guitar. For players who are close to 5 feet and they're trying to decide if they should get a 3/4 size or a full-size guitar, go ahead and get the full size, then you'll grow into it. Also, keep in mind that even if your guitar isn't the perfect size for you, you're going to be okay as long as you practice. So if it's a little bit too big or a little bit too small, you'll still be all right. There are two things you should probably check before deciding to buy a guitar or deciding to keep a guitar if you bought it online. And those are checking for buzzy frets and checking for intonation problems. To check for buzzy frets, simply take your index finger, hold it down tight in the middle of the fret, and play up each fret on your guitar. If you come across a fret that sounds like this, then you may have a bit of a problem. If you already bought a guitar and you found out that it has buzzy frets, it's not a huge deal. You can take it to a music store and they can generally adjust the neck to fix it for you. Be sure to check for buzzy frets on each string of your guitar, not just the high string. Check on all of them. And just make sure that there are no frets that aren't working before you decide to buy it. Or if you have bought it, take it to a music store and tell them the problem and they can help you. And the other thing to look for is intonation. Intonation is referring to your guitar sounding in tune, whether you're playing the strings open or whether you're playing them up higher on the fretboard. Now keep in mind that a lot of starter guitars don't have perfect intonation. And so if there's a little bit of an issue, you really don't have to give your guitar back or choose another one. But here's one way you can kind of test it. If you play your, well, first of all, have someone tune your guitar for you if you're brand new. But once it's in tune, if you play your 5th fret on the 2nd string, it should sound about the same as the open 1st string. So like this. Now, if that does not sound the same, even though you know it was in tune to begin with, that may mean you have an intonation problem. So again, a little bit of intonation problems on a starter guitar is not a huge deal. So if you're playing your guitar and you don't really notice anything, then maybe don't worry so much about it. But if it's bothering you so much that it makes it not fun to play, take your guitar to a music store. It's possible that they just need to change the strings, or maybe they have to make some adjustments to the neck. Okay, so just to summarize, if you're buying the guitar for a class, probably go with an acoustic guitar, either a nylon string or a steel string, or an electric acoustic guitar. If you're buying it just for your own enjoyment, you can choose an acoustic guitar or a fully electric guitar. As far as price, a decent starting guitar should be somewhere in the $200 to $400 range, but if you find something that's a little bit less than that and you still like it, then go ahead and go for it. If you are at least 5 feet tall or maybe just under 5 foot, go ahead and get a full-size guitar. If you are around 4 to 4.5 feet, you'll probably feel more comfortable on a 3/4 size guitar. However, you can adapt to whatever size of guitar that you have. Lastly, before deciding to buy or keep a guitar, just check and make sure that you have no buzzy frets on there. If you do, take it into your local music store and see what they can do for you. And then again, if you're having any serious intonation issues that are making your guitar less fun to play, take that into your music store as well. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a great time buying your first guitar. Also, if you're curious to know how those different kinds of guitars sound, such as nylon string, steel string, electric guitars, I do have a video that describes that where I play them all for you. I'll put a link to that video down in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.